Hi, everyone. Yes, microphone's good. Hi. So today we are going to build the Lorehold deck. This is my pre-release kit, so this is the one we're going to do. So I couldn't find my regular knife, so I'm using a butter knife. There's no fancy intro music this
You
time
don't
around.
have another sharper knife? We have sharper knives.
It'll open. It's okay, it'll open.
We have sharper knives. Or I could just open it with my fingers. I have fingernails.
This is true. It'll open with a butter knife, don't worry. I can get it. I'm fine.
I can help.
It's fine.
I know how to open these very well.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
At least you won't cut yourself.
That's fair. Honestly, I probably have more chance of cutting myself in this one with this than I do my other knife, because at least it is sharp enough to get through. Hi.
That's okay. I'm out of enough room. I'm just kind of in the back wall.
I kind of like everything's at like a little
So,
bit of an angle.
I've been drafting a lot on Arena.
I
have been consistently drafting a Prismari / Tamir deck. Usually. Big spell Gober.
Everyone, I don't know why everyone's going 3-color. Like not that I don't think that's a viable strategy.
It's a lot more viable here because there's commons that are the dual lands.
Yeah.
Plus, there's that one all color land.
Yeah.
Plus, lots of treasures.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mainly.
That's fair. Most people were like kind of like, well, that might not work because of like you're discarding a card for the treasure, but I don't know.
It works very well.
So let's see.
Especially since you have like things that interact with your graveyard spells, like that dragon spell.
That's weird because no.
Are you okay?
Maybe this will help.
Oh, the lighting thing.
I'm not.
Do you want me to close or turn anything
No.
off, or?
I mean, I'm a little dark, but it's fine. It's not like it's so bad. But like, oh no, you can't see me. It's just for some reason I don't know. I use only this lighting when we're like farther out, so, because we're closer. In this case, so yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot to mention, or I saw these on the little build things. Everyone has to do a piece of their poster. So you get them, put them all together. It's one big poster.
Oh, I should check mine then.
Yeah, your Prismari one will have it.
Yeah.
Because I have digital. It's like my.
I wonder if we can make a whole. Would you want to frame it if we could get all of them?
Yes, although we probably would have to get the other two from Tom and Caitlin.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I should probably ask them not to throw these out.
It'll be okay. I mean, worst case, we could always ask people on our Discord. Oh, not our Discord. But
I already saw a hint of our rare.
You have a bit of cat here.
No.
Right here.
Is that going to zoom? Come on.
It's orange, so it's Axiom.
Yeah.
If it was Enigma, I wouldn't even see it.
Are you going to zoom in? There we go. It's a Lorehold die.
Yeah, it looks like a creamsicle.
It really does look like. Please don't eat it. It does look like creamsicle. Don't eat it. The rare is not one that it is culmination of studies. It's rare. No, no. Stop.
I need it. I need it.
I know. Well, if it makes you feel better, that's not what I wanted. So, it is a good card. What's it do? It's exile.
It does a lot of things.
Exile the top X cards of your library. For each land card exiled this way,
make a treasure.
Make a treasure for each blue and blue card exiled this way. Draw a card for each red card exiled this way. Culmination deals 1 damage to each of your opponents. Interesting.
It's fun.
Huh. It's very random, is it?
It's very much my jam. Throw your
Prismari.
Check at people.
Prismari in this case. I'm a little sad because I wanted like a really
cool.
Let's
see what you got. Oh,
we got the pack.
The pack.
The Lorehold Pledge Mage
pack.
That
card's so good. I hate it.
I just wish the rare would match with the college. I know what they're trying to do, but I don't like it.
Well, you could always go 3-color.
I'm probably. It'll be last night where like I want to be Lorehold. It's like playing Silver Quill because that literally is just a great deck to play.
So you got your Pledge Mage.
So you got the Lorehold Pledge Mage, which is.
I like how there's so many shamans in this set. Honestly,
that makes you happy. Yeah, because one of your favorite creature types.
Like you'd dragon, obviously. You'd expect there to be a lot of wizards. It's like I like shamans a lot.
I like that it's just a lot of the spell casting classes. Like we have druids, we have shamans, we have wizards, we have warlocks. You have everything that's more just straight up spell classes. Like we don't have knights, we don't have paladins, we don't have anything like that.
Yeah, you're right. We don't have anything.
They didn't put warriors. Well, there might be a warrior in there, but I don't think it's like
What's Otrick or whatever the heck his name is, the villain? Is he a warlock?
I think he's a warlock. I think he's like a human warlock.
Hmm.
So, but the Lord Pledge Mage, if you don't know, is first strike, 2/2. It's hybrid mana, Boros, obviously, for 1, or Lord Hold. I'll probably be switching between the two of them. And then when you're Magecraft, when you cast caster copy an instant or sorcery spell, Lord Hold Pledge Mage gets +1/+0 until end turn.
Mm-hmm.
And we have our campus. It's the campus.
The campuses are so good.
Which basically they're dual lands for those colors, and then it's really warm.
Because especially in the late game when you're just fucking sitting there and having, you can scry, and it's really cool.
I did actually use that a lot more. The scry came up pretty
early. Oh, Spirit Summoning.
Spirit Summoning, which is a lesson. It's Lord Hold, colorless, and then get 3/2.
Interesting thing about this set, by the way, is that you can kind of, sort of throw out the notion of having at least 15 creatures in your deck.
Oh yeah, because you probably would use these sometimes as creatures.
There's so many spells in this set that are really creatures that just have the instant or sorcery.
To be fair, though, I had creatures.
Yeah, it's good to have. It's still fine to have creatures, but like you can kind of finagle it a little more.
Thrilling discovery,
which I like.
Gain 2 life. You may discard 2 cards and then draw 3 cards for each color.
Study break. Go to sleep.
Learn and then tap 2 creatures down. Philip, drop Warden.
Pillar drop.
Pillar drop Warden. Return target instant sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. I like this one, actually.
This is one of those ones that people don't realize has reach until it's too late.
Yeah, and it just blocks. It's like, oh, damn it. Pillar of the Ages.
Pilgrim
of the Ages. When Pilgrim of the Ages enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic Plains card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then you can return it for 6, which I actually like.
Keeps coming back.
Illustrious Historian, exile 5, and then create through two white spirit token, which I also like. The 5 is a lot, but I still like this card. Excavated Wall.
Yes.
It's a 1/0/4 Defender Miller card.
Yes. It helps you enable your graveyard shenanigans.
I didn't even know that card existed.
There's Reconstruct History.
Reconstruct History is very good. I've heard it's not maybe the best in limited, because if it brought back a creature, people would be more onto it. But the fact that it does bring a lot back is not bad either. It's definitely a commander card. Like everything for this. Lore Excavation. At the beginning of your end step, mill a land card. Or mill a card, sorry. If it's a land that's milled this way, you gain 1 life. Otherwise, it deals 1 damage to each opponent.
That one's annoying as fuck.
They're great for output 3/2.
It's so cheap too.
Igneous?
Or is it
Igneous.
Yes.
Inspiration. Why?
Or is it Ingenious?
Come on.
Is it Ingenious or Igneous? I'm pretty sure it's Igneous. Yeah, it's Igneous.
Inspiration. Deals 3 damage. Oh, to any target. Nice. And then learn. This is really good.
Mm-hmm.
We did get a rare for this, though.
Illuminate History.
Illuminate History. Discard any number of cards and draw any number of cards. And then if there are 7 more cards in your graveyard, create a 3/2 white spirit. I like this.
Mm-hmm. And you get your spirits, Inkling, and elementals that are both spirits.
They're both spirits in the back.
Yeah, that's cool. I kind of like how it seems almost like some of these like the houses or whatever they're called.
The rares here.
The classes. What are they called again? Are they
colleges?
The colleges. Thank you. The colleges here kind of got slightly shifted mechanics that would have been in different color combinations in Ravnica, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Like, Lorehold, Boros is all about graveyard shenanigans here.
Yes.
Which is usually the domain of Golgari or Baby Demir and stuff like that.
This is why I like it, too, because I do like resurrecting things. And it's like, oh, hey, let me resurrect in one of my favorite color groups. So.
Whereas Prismari now gets, like, big spells to ramp to, which is more of a Growl/Simic thing, usually.
We lost the wall. We lost the wall.
And Witherbloom kind of got... I mean, it's not super different, but it kind of got a little more of the Orzhov stuff, honestly. It's more of the... That's usually an Orzhov thing of, like, life gain and
life gain drain, yeah.
And I think Silverquill kind of got more the Boros stuff, which is targeting things and boosting them.
Yeah, because that became they needed, like, an aggressive one, so they let Orzhov.
Yeah.
Silverquill become that. Alright, so we have Witherbloom Campus. So, like, all the other campuses taps for both, and then if you pay 4 and tap it, it can scry you a card. Witherbloom Pledge Mage.
That thing.
This is a... Whenever you cast or copy an instant sorcery spell, you gain 1 life.
It's just a big boy.
It's a big boy.
Or a big thing, really.
It's a pretty good big boy, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I just realized last night I could have actually played this. I forgot it's hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
It's a warlock, too, I just noticed. A tree folk warlock.
Cram session.
That's a better card than most people think, especially if you're already in kind of the life gainy deck.
Yeah, but I still think it's not the greatest overall.
It's not, but it's good. It's good for what
the
it
learn
is.
is good, especially if you have very good lessons.
Mhm.
Although I do like the flare text. The only thing more delicious than top grade is Giomi's signature cake. They want my commander deck.
It's a lot of Golgari, or,
It's a lot of Golgari in my lower hole deck.
That's such a good draw.
Crocodile, yeah.
It has trample and lifelink.
Trample and lifelink.
Yeah, it's a zombie.
Yep.
Crushing
Crushing Disappointment, which is a disappointingly themed and named card. Well, we won't go into that here. Just another. We'll talk about it another time.
It's
but
a good card.
It's a good card. Draw 2 cards, and everybody else loses 2 life, which is funny.
Well, everyone loses 2, including you.
Oh, each player. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you're the only one who draws 2 cards.
Yeah.
Importantly,
Ageless Guardian, which is
it's beefy boy.
It's a big wall.
Yeah, it's a big butt.
It's fine when you start putting +1/+1 counters on it, though.
Yes.
Because that's what I did last night. That was fun. Resculpt. Exile target creature artifact. Its controller creates a 4/4 red and
I have had
elemental creature.
a lot of struggle against opponents who will resculpt their own goddamn thing. That's a very quick way to get a 4/4.
It is.
It's maybe not it's arguable whether or not it's the best way to use it, but it's the same as that one card that turns things into angels, right? It just doesn't give it flying.
Right, right. And that's my thing about why I don't like this as much.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't give it flying
for
which I really like.
The other one was sorcery.
No, the other one is instant too.
I thought it was sorcery.
And it gets rid of Planeswalker instead of Artifact.
Weird.
It's actually oddly good. I play that really effectively, but I understand what you mean by it. Sometimes it's I need a 4/4. I'm turning this. If I got extra pest token, it's turning into that. Right? That's another extra token lying around. Big play. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains reach until end of turn. I think if I hold it there, it's actually. Ooh, heated debate.
That's a good one.
This can't be countered. Deal 4 damage.
Annoying.
For 3. That's very good. Environmental studies, sciences. Search your library for a basic land card. Search, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle your library. You gain 2 life.
That's neat.
Test of Talents. So, counter target instant sorcery spell for 1 and a blue. Searches its controller's library, graveyard, library for any of the same name, and that player shuffles it and draws a card for each card exiled. I wonder if this could be used in structured. Constructed. Fortifying Drought. You gain 2 life. Target creature gets +X/+this until in turn where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. This could be fun too.
If you have that deck. Hey!
Secret Rendezvous.
It's gay.
It's super gay. It's super gay. 1, 2 blue, 2 white planes. You know what? The mana. You and target creature each draw 3 cards. Target creature, target opponent draw 3 cards.
Creature will draw 3 cards.
To be fair, this is what I'm used to.
Much like how Floral Spasm will decide.
Ooh, I like both. We saw the Strixhaven, but this is a favorite.
Blot
out the sky. I'm very happy about that.
I imagine Inkling tokens make kind of little gremlin sounds. Yeah, like that.
But super slurpy.
Yeah. They're spit talkers.
Yeah, they're definitely spit talkers.
You get ink if they talk to you, you'll get ink all over yourself.
And shock.
It's shock.
I'm going red. I can already tell I'm going red. I don't know if I'll stick with Lorehold, but I'm definitely going some form of red.
Whereas pests are more like That's a noise I keep.
What do the elementals sound like?
A lot of whooshing noises and really high pitched maybe.
No, it's just a
they're made of art.
I thought we actually.
They're artistic noises.
I thought for a moment we actually spit on the cards, but trying to make inkling noises.
I love Teach by example. It's so good.
It's the hybrid. Then when you cast your next insert sorcery spell, you may copy that. You may choose new targets for the copy.
I like copying things. It's fun.
This is not what I would do, but I understand why you like it. Zero Quill, Pledge Mage. Oh, we can start. We can have a start to the Vampire Collection now.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, it gets either you can choose between flying or lifelink. This was annoying one night.
Extra fun when you cast 2.
But it was not that. It was not so threatening.
Ooh, Spectacle Mage is so good.
Spectacle Mage. Instant sorcery spells you cast with mana value 5 or greater, cost 1 less to cast.
It's the little owl.
It's a little owl. Cogwork Archivist. 6 colorless reach.
Another surprise
Target
reach.
card from a graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, from a graveyard.
Yeah. So you can either bring back your own thing or just mess up someone else's game plan. I like how in the art it clearly shows it has reach because it just has this long torso.
It's really freaking big.
I want to like make a comic where it's just like
make
a bird trying to fly over.
Make the altar into what's her name, Lady Domescu.
Yeah, the vampire lady. But the thing, I want to make
Resident
a comic
Evil.
where it's like a bird trying to fly over and it's the little robot thing and all of a sudden its torso just shoots up to block.
Twin Scroll Shaman, Double Strike.
That's a pretty good one.
I do like this. I wanted to play this last night, but again, the Silver Quill called to me because
dwarf.
it was just so much better.
You can't really tell what it is because the art just looks like it's something exploding.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's a dwarf in there somewhere.
Croc. Somebody played a lot of Crocs against me like this one. They just had a lot of Crocs. Croc. Probably seeing Dusk Mage, which I always think is a vampire, but it's not a vampire because I hear Dusk Mage. It's when it dies, it has a +1/+1 counter draw card. I drew so many cards off of this thing. They'd just be like, okay, I'll kill it. It's like, okay, I'll draw a card because you're just losing your creature and now I'm drawing a card. So why did I have Secret Rendezvous in the black? Expel.
Bleh.
Poor sad Quintus.
I hate Expel.
Well, Expel is the reason why I ended up winning a lot last night.
Yeah, you just put it in the red section, hun.
Anyways, Burrog Befuddler. When
This
Burrog
is the
Befuddler enters
funniest
the
card.
battlefield, target creature and opponent controls gets -1 power, -0.
There's
defense
just
until
a
turn.
frog that shows up out of nowhere, kind of messes with things a little bit, and you're like, oh, okay.
Pest summoning.
Oh, I love pest
You
summoning.
get 2 pests. For the record, if you don't know what pests do, create 2 1/1 black and green pest creature tokens with. When this creature dies, you gain 1 life.
Yes.
Alright. Mercurial transformation.
Mercurial.
Mercurial.
I'm not even pronouncing it right now.
Omniscience.
Mercurial.
Omni-
Mercurial.
Until at the turn, target non-land permanent loses all abilities, and it becomes your choice of a frog, a blue octopus with base power 4 toughness. This could also oddly be good.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. It's less than...
It's until end of turn though.
Yeah, but you know.
It could you get it true.
I just wish it was instant.
Dina, Soul Stepper.
Hey, Dina.
So whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life and the sacrifice of their creature. She gets +X/+0 until the end of turn where X is sacrifice creature's power.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
that one's good too.
Decisive Denial, which is Quandrix.
Instant speed fight is so fun.
Choose 1 target creature you control fights another one, or target creature non-creature spell. Counter target non-creature spell unless this control pays 3.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Oh, Draconic! That's the card I was talking about.
Draconic Intervention.
Where you can discard your big Prismari cards and then just use them to wipe the board later.
Mm. Deals X as additional cost to cast a spell, exile an instant sorcery card from your graveyard. Draconic Intervention deals X damage to each non-dragon creature where X is the exile card's mana value. Okay. If a creature card dealt as additional cost to the spell, exile an instant sorcery from your graveyard. Okay. If a creature dealt damage this way would die this turn, exile instead.
Yeah, it's really good.
I've heard this is not that great, but then it's also I don't know.
No,
Hey! I did want to play Dark Ritual. This is actually bad. It's because it is the ramp, but it might not be a ramp you want, but I still Dark Ritual. I want to play Dark Ritual.
I don't know, because Draconic Intervention, maybe it's just the sort of thing where it has to be in the right deck, because it's like...
I think it's stronger probably in Prismari than it is in Lorehold, because we're not getting as much, but then...
Well, but you guys do great shenanigans.
I don't have Orzhov pile, did I? This is an Orzhov card, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. Alright, well, next pack up. Dina, Soul Steeper. I mean, my red is very strong. Either way, we're probably going red for sure. The question is, do we go something like Prismari? Do we stick with Lorehold? Do we?
Well, there's Lorehold Campus.
Lorehold Campus. We've seen that before.
And there's
This is very good.
Ooh, yeah.
Owlin Shield Mage. That 3 ward hurts.
It's a bird warlock. A bird lock, if you will.
It's a bird and a lock. It's a bird lock. We didn't have a sonic area, so I threw that. Is it? I'm gonna put like the main colors here, and then I'll put the hybrid colors. Like, let's put this here. We have a Gogari section. There's green. We still won't be able to see everything unless I bring the camera. I guess I can bring. It's like mess with everything. Oh, give me a second.
What are you doing?
Everyone kind of look away from the camera for just a little bit, because if you're prone to, like, you know, movement and stuff making you dizzy. I apologize.
There we go.
There we go. Wait. There we go. Now we can kind of see it all.
So yeah.
Owlin Shield Mage.
Another wall.
Another excavated. Whatever. I give up.
Serpentine curve.
Serpentine curve.
Whichever.
It's 3 and blue. Create a 0, green, blue, green and blue fractal. I'm trying to read in 2 areas. Token, put X +1/+1 counts where X is 1 plus the total number of instances source you're supposed to own in exile in your graveyard. Interesting.
It's not bad.
That could create.
Oh, another historian.
Another illustrious historian. Leyline invocation 6. So 5 and green. Create. We're just gonna say create a fractal. I'm not gonna do the whole 0 and green thing. And then put X +1/+1 counter where X is the number of lands you control, which could also be kind of good. It's big. Lash of Malice, I like.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I like, which is either pump something or kill something cheap, which is give it +2, -2.
Another study break.
Study break. Have 2 target creatures. Introduction to Annihilation.
Yes, you put it in the wrong.
Yeah, I know. I know stuff. Which is exile non-land permanent. Its controller draws a card. Actually, not that much of a downside sometimes.
Well,
drawing cards bad. Drawing cards are usually bad, but
especially since it's a lesson too.
It's a lesson. Having the lesson and then going to town on it. Ooh, Creative Outburst.
Oh, I love this one.
Deals 5 damage to any target. Look at the top 5 cards of it's like 7 mana.
Yes.
And 2 blue, 2 of it blue, 2 of it red.
This is.
Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Put 1 of them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order.
And you can discard it to make a treasure. This is the one that I would discard and then use Draconic Intervention to wipe the board with.
That makes sense. That makes sense to use it those 2.
Yeah.
I like this. I'm going to put...
Snow Day is so good.
When I put in that...
It's instant.
Talheim Day is tap 2 target creatures. Those creatures don't tap, draw 2 cards and discard a card. Snow Day. Emergent Sequence. Search your library for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield tapped. That land card becomes a fractal creature token with all the aspects of it, and then put a +1/+1 counter on it for each land you enter the battlefield under your control this turn. Oh. Well, there's something you want.
What? Oh!
Of Dean of Perfection.
I've actually played with her on Arena. She's really... I don't know about the other side yet, but she's really bonkers.
People have said this one's not that... It's the other way around.
Well, the one that I've played, she's been really a house, but, you know. So
it's 3 and a blue. You may exile an instant sorcery card from your hand and put 3 hone counters on it. It gains at the beginning of your upkeep. If this card is exiled, remove a hone counter from it. When this hone counter is removed from the card. If it's exiled this way, you may cast it. If it costs 4 less to cast this way. I think this is definitely for... Were you going definite... Prismari.
Yeah, not only that, but I had a lot of X spells.
I think it. Well, yeah, that would also be very good with her. So I think that's the reason why.
That's the whole interesting
that's
thing.
Super specific deck.
Is that suspend? Because this is supposed to be suspend, but suspend actually doesn't work very well for X spells, but she does, and it's really interesting.
And then Nasiri, Dean of Expression.
Now he's cool. Again, they're cool. Sorry,
they're actually
they're cool. And I.
Which is fine because you corrected me on
I know. They're cool because, well, I haven't actually gotten to play them yet, but, like, that was because I was actually technically playing a Quandrix deck. So,
At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of each opponent's library. Until end of turn, you may until end of turn, you may cast spells from among those exiled cards. You may spend mana any mana to cast those spells. Whenever you cast a spell from exile, put a +1/+1 counter necessary to
what's neat is Nassari is a shaman.
Until you may cast spells. It says
what?
Creatures are spells, so it's anything. Huh?
Yeah.
Holy shit, she is awesome.
They
are awesome.
I mean, they're both awesome, but
I keep saying she too.
So what's neat about this card too is I think it's the first Ifrit Jinn Shaman Wizard.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's Ifrit on one side, Shaman, and then Jinn Wizard. That's true.
I think it's the first Shaman Wizard too, for sure.
And then I'm really happy with this one. Swords to Plowshare. Yes.
Good.
Oh, and now we have to go white. Now we have to go lower hold. We might end up going lower hold. I feel like that's super strong. And then target creature gets +2/+2 and reaches as a foil. And then token.
Stupid shorts. Stupid shords.
I felt bad. I called they she because I know it is they specifically.
Shords.
It will be fun. Oh, it will be fun to play Swords of Plowshare. Not like I haven't already played that. I will admit I've always loved Path of Exile. That's the first card I got introduced to because I started in Shards.
Path of Exile because I'm a nerd.
Well, we're supposed to be, White's supposed to be so good at killing things, but it doesn't seem like we're so good at it now, even though we have some of the best kill spells. We do have some of the best kill spells, but they haven't reprinted them.
Another thrilling discovery.
I feel like we should have a thrilling discovery.
Archway
commons.
That land.
Enters the battlefield tapped, and then when enters, pay 1, or sacrifice it unless you pay 1, and then add 1 mana of any color.
Someone was being all like, even budget decks shouldn't run that, and it's
Retro Spear, and
like,
yes, people do run it.
Bro, you don't know what budget is.
Yeah, Needlethorn Drake, Flying Death Touch. No, this is not that weird Golgari thing. That's not the thing from the test, because I know that's an actual card. I don't have a Simic thing, or Quandrix. Novice Dissector, Troll Warlock. Sacrifice another creature. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Activate only as a sorcery.
Neat.
I do actually like those. Beaming Defiance? Oh, it gets +2/+2 and gets hexproof until end turn.
Mm-hmm.
People don't like this because it's only the pump. It's like the hexproof. I like the hexproof. I love
you like it on your creatures.
Yes, I like on my creatures when white does it. Because white's about protection, not green. Green's like, I'm big. Rah, I die. That's doesn't. I don't mind nature protecting itself, but I like it better if it killed. I like the Jund style green where it dies and then it turns into 5 different things. It's like, well, there you go. Now it's going to come at you as a board instead. So
Vortex Runner's pretty good.
It can't be blocked if you have
you just have to have the right deck for it. I think there's a lot of cards in this set where you kind of have to have the
Pigment
right
Storm
deck.
deals 5 damage to target creature. Excess damage. Oh, it does the excess damage in the trample thing.
Yeah, I like how they've been putting that on some spells, the trample without
we
trample.
really saw stuff from Unstable.
Yeah.
That, and then there's also the library things in this freaking set. We have seen so much from Unstable, and I love it. 1 in green, choose 1. Tango Trap deals 5 damage to target creature, player, destroy target
The obligatory sideboard card.
Yes. Did I lose green in this process? No, I didn't. Green's right here. Spectral Defense. This is actually quite good.
Yeah.
The fact is, it's like that night thing from, I forget what set ago, but then it actually flies.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't tap when you have to do the ability, so what you do is you swing it for 2, and then you pay 6 and lose 2. It's a very good end-game card.
There's a surprising...
This ended a lot of games for me last night.
There's a surprising number of board stalls in this format, and anything to break through that is
That's why I told you to use the boots, the Cypher boots, because the flying helps break that. You found that out.
It's not an instant or a sorcery, Brian. Okay. That's all I care about in this format.
It makes it into a looter scooter, essentially.
It's not an instant or a sorcery.
This is X and blue, Quandrix.
It just makes
create
a
the
big
fractal
boy.
token and can create a big boy.
Create big boy.
Create target big boy. Big boy. Big boy.
Divide by 0.
2 in a blue. You want to... Hey, camera, you want to...
Do the thing where you... There we go.
Camera guy, follow me. Return target spell or permanent with mana value 1 or greater to its own hand learn.
I don't think there's anything in this set with 0 mana cost.
I don't. Well, the fractals.
Well, no. Well, oh yeah, you're right. The tokens.
The tokens, and then Lorehold Excavation again.
Well, it looks like we know what you're going.
Well, I might not use the excavations, unfortunately, but
use the excavations. Holy crap!
But the crap fumes. It's additional cost to cast the spell. Exile target creature, planeswalker. Hello. Yes, I would like to send a planeswalker packing. I got the rare one, the Mastery Black spell. So good. And I told you before, I felt so good when I brought it back again.
So the thing about Lorehold Excavation, it's a very good card. I don't care what people say. Oh, multiple choice. Sorry, I just read this.
That's your thing.
I like the multiple choice.
If X is 1, scry 1, then draw a card. If X is 2, you may choose a player. They return a creature they control as well as hand. If X is 3, create a 4/4 blue-red elemental creature token. If X is 1, 4 or more, do all the above.
I like that.
This is actually a good card, unfortunately. It's because it's here with me because I'm the only one that's kind of willing to give it a home. It's not that great, but it's still one I'm kind of like willing to give it a
Also,
home.
you put it in the wrong section.
No, I did.
No, not the Divine Gambit. The multiple. Unless you've.
I'm putting rares together.
Oh, right. Okay.
So that is multiple. I did it correct this time. I did.
Yeah, one more pack.
We don't really have that much Prismari. I'm just looking at this because there's a part of me that's like I could go Prismari, but there's not. That's not that great. I mean, I have one pack that could be like, oh, maybe it's amazing, but I think it's these two because especially since we have Blaze Swords the Plowshare for Pete's sake. The only thing that would make me not want to go either of those is trying to, since we have like a few good kill spells in green or black, because the Crowd Fumes is my kind of jam. Okay. Exhilarating.
What?
It's not electrocution. It's
exhilarating elocution.
Elocution. So it's put 2+1/+1 on accounts of target creature you control. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn.
I like exhilarating electrocution though, but that's more of a Prismari thing.
I already wish this was the white card that does like the smite the monsters or is the +1/+1 because that choice is insane. I killed so many people with that. Like I was like, okay, I'll do this, or I'll just kill your big creature and then what are you going to do about it? Or I'm going to I block with both these. Okay, I pump both of these dumb creatures. Having the choice of pumping or killing something is always nice. Are you okay? No, stop trying to grab the Prismari cards. Elemental Masterpiece. Create 2 4/4 blue and red elemental creature tokens and then discard it to get a treasure token.
It's fun to copy that.
Silver Quill Campus. Welcome to campus.
Silver Quill Campus.
It's a Silver Quill
It's
campus.
a government building.
Prismari Pledge Mage, which I actually like a lot because it
a good
reminds
one.
me of the thing from Return to Ravnica, the Is It thing. Yeah. Whenever you cast or copy an instant sorcery spell, it can attack as
That
well
was
as they have
fun
defended its
when
turn.
we did pre-release and everyone was going like for Return to Ravnica or whatever. Everyone was like, oh, is this the worst one? And then I drafted like 4 of those Cyclops things and killed everyone.
I played
so
it.
good.
I played it as it too. If I didn't mess up, I could have in a few turns I could have just wiped Lotus out. Like it was not the worst one. People were saying that command, and then after they're like, it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
The worst, the quote worst was Golgari, but I think that's only because if you could not get the deck, then it was the worst.
Same with Selesnya.
And
I forget which one was in which, but
I actually thought Selesnya was kind of the worst, even though I used Selesnya. I played all of them at one point.
Selesnya and Golgari were both like, you have to get all the right cards for this to work.
To be fair, I did draft Golgari because everyone had thought it was the worst, and then I just straight up got Golgari and got all the cards for it. And I was like, okay, well, and I won that night, and then they were just like, well, all right, it's like wow, this was the worst deck. Guess this was the worst one, wasn't it? So whenever you cast one or more cards leave your graveyard, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. I probably will go.
That's actually pretty good for your deck, I think.
It is
because you do graveyard shenanigans.
Then Tangle Trap deals 5 damage to target creature.
Yeah, we've seen that one.
It's relative sideboard card.
Over to your right.
There, that's where the green is. Leech Fanatic. As long as your turn, Leech Fanatic has lifelink. How's this also not a vampire?
It's not?
It's not. It's a human warlock.
Oh.
Ah, Combat Professor.
Oh, that one's so good.
Excellent. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, target creature you control gets +1, +0
And
against
that's
vigilance.
another one of those kill on sights.
That's not
For
wait.
me,
That's
anyway.
right. Soothsayer Adept. Draw a card, discard a card for 1 in the blue, and then tap it. Yeah. It's what the card says. Anyways.
Elemental summoning.
Elemental summoning, though, you know.
Which you can still throw
red.
in this deck.
I can throw in there if I want
Oh,
a
it's
big
a lesson
creature,
even.
and it's a lesson. I can grab it. Yeah, and that's pretty 4 for elemental. Quadrant Cultivator. When this enters battlefield, you may search your library for basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, and search your library. I don't like that. Oh, it is a turn. Oh, Tom's gonna need this.
Yeah.
I should save this for Tom. I just don't like that it goes on the battlefield, but it is a good card.
What do you mean you don't like it goes on the battlefield?
Because I don't think so. I think someone has enough. It goes in the battlefield.
Oh, so you're saying it's too good.
And saying I think Simic is just too good, or Quandrix is too good sometimes. 2 in a red. Start from scratch, deals 1 damage to any target, and then destroy target artifact.
Also a lesson.
Thank goodness it's a lesson.
Yeah.
That way I don't have to run it, but then I also don't have to feel bad.
So good.
Mentor's Guidance. When you cast a spell, copy if you control. Please, it's the party mechanic.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Well,
no, because it has Shaman and Warlock, huh?
Yeah, and you only have to control
it's
one.
Spell casting party.
Yeah, but you don't have to control one of all of them.
Right.
Which is nice.
And then scry 1, draw a card.
So you get to basically scry 2, draw 2. Well, kind of scry 2.
Casmina encouraged the twins to apply. Strixhaven would test not only their magical potential, but also their character. Bye. Bye, adopted owl mom. No problem. See you later.
These twins are gonna have so many parents.
Yeah, I know. They have. Because they have big beast adopted beast dad, and now they have adopted owl mom. And then they have Auntie Lily, who's like who gets out the whip every so often.
They're basically the Steven universe, getting so many moms.
Yeah. Actually, that might have been too dark a joke. I apologize for that. The Lily one. What you didn't hear what I said, did you? I don't want to repeat it. I think that was actually a bad one on my part. I apologize. What was it?
It's a tangle.
It's a snarl. A snarl. It's the Simic snarl. It's. Why can't camera? Come on, work with me.
It's a very detailed art. I think that's why it's freaking out.
As far as enters the battlefield, you may reveal a force or island card from your hand. If you it will come into play tapped, and then if you reveal a force or island card instead, it can come into play untapped.
It's the Innistrad lands.
The shadow. They call them Shadows lands. I prefer. I kind of prefer that name of Snarl lands instead. That way, if they ever get reprint, something else in the Duress. Which is very pretty, but it makes me sad because I don't know if I'm going black. Well, to be fair, I actually don't like Duress. I do and I don't. I have days where I like Duress and days where I don't.
So those are all your packs, I think?
Yes, I'm pretty sure I'm still going to because we have some really good stuff in both, so...
Then eliminate what you're not playing and start building a deck.
Let's try to do that. I probably would... I'm seeing...
Keep, like, the lessons and stuff in one area, too.
But, yeah. The wall. I don't know if we'll play the walls, but we'll see. And then black. Well, what I do is I usually do the pile thing, where, like, I kind of say, like, what's the best stuff? It's like, Duress, meh. Frantic Leech is kind of okay.
Well,
this is super good, even if it's a lesson or not. This is very good, in my opinion. That's okay. That's good. It actually goes down here, but it still could be... This could be good if we have a lot plus ones. And this is very good stuff.
Yeah.
This is how I do it, where like I say like this is kind of good, this kind of pushes me into that, this kind of doesn't push me into that.
Mm-hmm. Trust
me, I am tempted to just do Dark Ritual. Bad or not, I'm still tempted to do it, but it's like we'll probably go with green because or sideboard. Big play's okay. That can be good. Green doesn't even look like it has something I really want to do. Let's go into Witherbloom really quickly. That's good. That's good. That's really good. That's meh. That's good.
Yeah.
So maybe for the Witherbloom stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put those together because that's probably where it's going.
Blue stuff.
Horse off is real easy. Mm-hmm. Burb. That's okay. That's kind of meh.
Mm-hmm.
But
Burb.
Burb is the... I'd rather almost splash the Burb if I really need to.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty pretty good.
No, because we don't have a lot of things to return with. The learn's good, but the other part isn't.
That it returns their opponent's
Pretty
things.
good.
It's a bounce and a
Over
counter, or a temporary counter anyway.
Maybe this is kind of a big thing. No, that's a lesson card.
Yeah.
This is kind of okay. Well, this one for sure now.
Yeah.
These are kind of okay. We have an okay pile of blue.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gonna be Laurel, isn't it?
It's just gonna be Laurel.
Unless Witherbloom, unless we really I was also I should probably Quandrix I'm not even gonna bother with. It's not even that much. Unless we really have good personality, Witherbloom could also be another one. Some of these we could play. We could splash for. So, I do like these. That one could be good because it's a lesson. Kind of okay. This one I like better though. I do definitely like this, and that's actually not better.
It's very good. What are you talking about?
If I want to do more, sorry, I forgot these two. Well, this one we can play on both sides. It doesn't matter. This is very good. I might actually go for this because of the X. These, and that's a lesson, so we could also sideboard it or not have to have a main deck. This thing is not too bad either, but I have to guarantee a bunch of stuff. So the randomness is.
I would not necessarily recommend it for a deck that's not Is It.
Yeah,
because you might hit other cards.
Yeah, you might hit cards that might hurt. So I think we know where we're going. I really don't think we're going. I don't feel like we're going with I wish we had the Cypher boots though. I like those boots. I like the boots, okay? I like it. You can fly.
I mean, I'm not saying that they're bad. You're correct. I'm just annoyed.
It's not Cypher though. It's Zephyr.
Zephyr, yeah, but I'm just annoyed because it's not instant or sorcery, which is what I'm here for.
Okay, so Lorehold may be one, maybe not another one. This is kind of okay, as well as this. I actually like this.
Yeah, that's good.
That's pretty good. This one could.
That's a lesson, so you could get it.
We'll put one here. We'll put one here. This is a lesson, but this is alright lesson. Fumi Effigy.
Put in the maybe or the middle.
Well, actually, it is a middle one.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very good. Yes.
This is actually. I think that's actually
good. Shaman is.
Shock is good. He is a.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is. Instant sorcery from your repertoire to your hand. Oh, actually, that's pretty good. Yes. We know it's bad, but
no, Brian.
It's good.
Actually, wait, no.
We need to do red. What? Play it. I like how it was play when you play me. Like,
please play it.
I'm pretty sure we're still going Lorehold, and then it's like this is. I'm putting this in the middle. Middle. Yeah. Yes, because it gives us. It slows things down. It replaces itself.
No, unfortunately.
No.
And I'll play that when you play me.
This is kind of okay, but that's definitely good. That's for the learn. These are not. So the study breaks are not probably the greatest.
They're okay.
They're okay.
What you need to do.
But for what we need, they're
going
going to do what we need to do. Yeah. So I think this is what we're going with. Although I think I will see if I can splash maybe a bit of because we do have like the Orzhov thing, and I'll put the other ones in here. I don't like the intervention that much, Excel, and this is from your graveyard. This might actually be good though.
I mean,
this deals X damage to each non-dragon where X is the mana cost its value. If a creature dealt damage this way, it would die its turn instead.
That one is kind of a maybe with your deck because it's not as much of like big, giant, instant, and sorcery based. But you know.
Well, yeah, but even like 2/2 or something could still work. So it depends on how we play it.
Nasari does work for your deck, though.
Nasari works on the face, which is great. They are very good. Illuminate History I would run, but even like in main board I think, but I think it'll probably still be a lesson because I think it's better to retrieve it when I need it. Not that I might consider still if it depending on this. And then I will actually splash for Blot Out the Sky.
Yeah, that seems like a fine
Destroy all non-creature, non-land permanents, and then just get a bunch of freaking Inklings.
Or even just get a bunch of Inklings. It's still good.
Well, I mean, again, it'll wipe out. It wipes it out if it's 6 or more. Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah, that's right. It has to be 6 or more. So either way, that's what I'm going to splash for because I think that's actually quite good.
It's not that hard in this format to get to like 8+ mana.
Well, I'm happy that I at least stuck kind of with Lorehold as opposed to just like, well, it's going to be this instead. So, like, I feel like I get to play Shock. I am a little sad that it's not Lightning Bolt. I am a little sad. It's like I won't be like, hello, Hello, baby. It's good to see you again. It's been a while. Twice scroll. Shaman. Illustrious Historian. Pigment Storm. Striker. Historians. The Effigy. Throw the discovery, gain 2, and then you may discard 2 cards, and if you do, draw 3 cards. Okay. So that one, we probably want to play a single of that. This one, we put this aside for now. We consider that a lesson. It's a lesson that can... Laurel Excavation. Mill a card if a land card is milled this way. Gain 1 life otherwise. I've heard it's not good. I've heard it's not... I don't know. We'll think about it though. That's definitely going on the lesson pile. Let's go here. Instant sorcery card up to... Instant sorcery. Instant maybe. This one is the maybe. I don't think we need one of these. I think we should play these though. Expel. That's quite good. Study break is good. First Swords Plowshare is amazing. Aw, I'm sad. I just realized the Lightning Helix.
Yeah, everything.
I mean, do I take the risk?
No.
Divine Gambit. Play your permanent. You could, that player, you could also cheat out your thing. But,
well, no, it's opponents, I thought.
Exile target creature or artifact. Oh, Apollo controls, you're right.
Yeah, no, it can't be that cool. It has to be bad.
Do I put this? Do I? Oh, this is the 5 drop. Do I have a probably aggressive? Well, kind of aggressive deck.
By the way, I drafted a deck with Cody, and it did better than expected.
Cody.
The one that says you can't cast permanent spells.
People will be forcing Cody for a while. Like, Cody, the Ferocious Codex.
It's actually...
He's so ferocious indeed.
So the key with the Cody deck is that you don't have to only draft, you know, instants and sorceries with him. You can still play things. You just don't... You play them before you play Cody. And then you play Cody, and then you just, like, play your entire deck. Although, honestly...
The problem is that it does require double red, which isn't hard to do, but it's not... I'll consider it.
Honestly, though,
not that great, though, but...
like, I think I won a few games that I shouldn't have just because opponents thought that I would just keep doing bullshit over and over again. And they're like, nope, we're out. And it's like, I really don't have a win con, actually.
Cody, the Ferocious Codex is going to annoy the living crap out of you. Cody, the Ferocious Codex.
I'm going to build that as a commander. Mark my words.
Oh, I know.
And you know what? There won't be any permanents.
It's perfect for you. It's a book.
There will be no permanents in that deck either.
Because well, it says you can't have permanents, right?
Well, I mean, it says you can't cast permanents. But technically, it's like, no, you can still have permanents in the deck itself, just like wait to cast Cody until later. But it's like, no, Cody says no permanents.
The only thing I'm a little worried about is having with some of these lands, the Splash for Blobs. I should still Splash for Blob this guy. It's just really good. But that some of these will come into play tapped. But then again, the odds of that are still kind of meh. So it's not like because I'm kind of aggressive with the study breaks and all. We'll have to see. But I do want like double black sources so that way I can at least grab maybe like the kill spell if needed. This could also go in technically because it's a white. Double white is still a problem, but it is possible at 3. 2, I would say meh. 3, even though it is entirely possible to do, but 3, I would say that's probably still can happen. Secret Rendezvous. I kind of want to play Secret Rendezvous when I decide to give up. But I'm just like, all right, just forget. I don't freaking care. Secret Rendezvous. There you go. Draw 3 cards and just kill me. All right, I'm done. Kill me now. If you can't kill me fast enough, you didn't deserve this Secret Rendezvous, now did you? The crop fumes will go in there. Pessamy will go in there because that's double black. It still works. I'm pretty much gonna put all the lessons in here, like even if it's not, if it's off color, just because I think if there's some if there's some random way I have a possibility of casting it, it's like it's just gonna have the lessons there, so I can just grab the lessons really quickly. I always thought about multiple choice, but yeah, I can't do that. So Cody, the freshest codex, the freshest, most fishy little codex we know. Cody, the freshest codex. He's gonna go on home. I don't know. All right. This is not a white, by the way. It looks white on here, but it's actually kind of like a weird off-white. So, all right. So we have these lines. So we have 4 lines, and then we have. Do I not want to play? I probably will cut it, but we'll see. But anyways, let's do these 3 will be the maybe pile. So, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. Ah, so it's actually 22. Although I put the Lord Hold. Oh wait, no, that's not it. That's not the one that is the thing. How many creatures do I officially have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 creatures. Technically, I should have more, but I also know the set's weird about that. I could consider playing this main board. Then it's just a 3/2 that triggers instead of lessons. I could grab off the lessons, though. Yeah, that's true. I could do Study Break and just grab it really easily. But then do I want to grab the other stuff? Discarding the cards, draw the main cards, and there. So I can have one more card in the deck as the thing. I could tell it ran for a basic land. This is harder to cast. Not bad, but it's harder to cast. I mean, it's Define Gambit. And this is a do I replace it with a maybe slightly better card that I could run, or do I replace it with... Or the Vampire would probably be better than the Divine Gambit, although... It's not like we're not going to... It's okay, Divine Gambit. It's okay. You're going to get there. You're going to get there, okay? Don't worry, we'll sneak you in. No one will know. No one has to know about our secret love. You're not even listening to this, are you?
I'm sorry.
You're just like, I don't want to.
I got very distracted. What was it?
I was just like talking to. Otherwise, Lord just one damage. She's oh, I forgot this does. She does do damage, doesn't it?
Yes, that's its main draw. It just sits there and pings people all the time, and I hate it.
What I was talking about was the fact that this I was like, Defending Gambit, it's okay. No one knows about our secret love. It's okay. Secret love of...
No, Brian.
But Divine Gambit, honey. It's a gambit that's divine. It's quite divine, that gambit.
You realize it's supposed to be a cautionary tale in a card, right?
I know. It's a tale of Icarus, but obviously
I don't know if Icarus is quite the right one.
What is a cautionary tale for power and greatness at any cost? Even if it's something that'll kill me. What?
I don't know if it's even that.
I don't know. It's hubris?
It's hubris, but like not in the Icarus way. More in the
2, 3,
guy
4,
decides
5,
to
6, 7,
give a dragon a right hook kind of way.
11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Oh, I didn't need to put that in.
More in a, God, what's another better one?
More
in a Don Quixote kind of way.
We're chasing after the windmills. I mean, that's fair. We are chasing after windmills. I just realized this doesn't... Well, we can pop this.
I remember a long time ago, my parents gave me it was Don Quixote done as like a comic. And like a really highly detailed, well-drawn like graphic novel, I think it was. I was fascinated by it. I barely remember a thing of it, except for the fact that Don Quixote apparently cuts off his ear at some point in the story.
Don Quixote is the cursed movie. I've told you that, right?
Well, yeah, I know
Like
that.
every attempt to try to make Don Quixote has fallen into
We should try
failure.
to make Don Quixote.
No.
I think we could do it.
No, I'm not even touching that movie. There already has been one that's made finally. Like, it finally got through, but no one heard of it.
Here's the difference between you and me.
The difference.
Whenever I hear about a curse, I want to activate it.
I'd rather not. I'd really rather not.
Because I want to spit fate in the face.
I don't. I think that's a really bad idea. I would like not to do that. Can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you, on the shelf over there should be like a channel fireball box of some kind.
A channel fireball box of some kind?
Yes, it should have where my actual like stuff is, like sleeves and junk.
Like this?
It's lands.
It's under the... Oh.
Is that it?
No, this can't be it.
Well, no, that might be it. Open it up.
There's stuff in here.
Yes.
Like this is my
little drop
in
box.
A campaign I'm in right now. There's a whole bit where like I'm playing a dragonborn sorcerer who is like a huge freaking nerd. And I just put in the whole trait of like knowledge at any cost kind of thing.
Yes.
And they were trying to find all these like holy / cursed artifacts or whatever, so before like these other people get them to take over the world. And we found out that like there's a book of like immense knowledge somewhere to find in the desert, and like the cleric in our party is like, hey Sai, the book thing, I mean, I know you probably like are interested in it, but maybe you should consider not reading it. And it's like, you're not gonna stop me.
Yeah, that's I know that's
I will become an eldritch abomination. I've already read a cursed book, apparently, in the campaign that caused like one that drove a man to madness or whatever the heck. I will do it again.
I'll do it like this for right now until I can find their Nyx planes, which I know I have lying around somewhere. Actually, I guess I'll just do that. There we go. This was surprisingly easy. Like, this was actually an easy, like, usually this is harder. Yeah. Usually this is a much harder thing. Like, this takes longer. Like, oh, should I go with this one? Or should I go with... To be fair, usually when we do, like, the guilds or the specific packs,
then it's a little easier.
It's well, no, it's not. Yeah, it's you're right. It's a little easier to do when we have those specific packs because they kind of guide us and where we need to go. But
it's kind of funny because like that's how I was introduced to Magic in general, but pre-releases especially.
Mm-hmm.
Was that because I started? Well, yeah, I did technically do a Return to Ravnica pre-release.
You did Gatewatch.
I did. Yeah, I did the.
I bought you the Isn't one for Return to Ravnica, but you were actually able to show up at the pre-release for Gatewatch.
Yeah, because I distinctly remember that because I went Growl. It was like the only time Peter has ever played Magic, really, to the extent that like we do, and we both gave each other a high five because we were Growl, and that was like one of the one of the little quest things in our pack. But yeah, that's how I just thought pre-releases were, and then when they stopped doing that as much, it's like I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, this is kind of nice," and like maybe, but I don't know. I kind of not liked it as much.
Well, that's because again, they help guide you. So if you're a starting player,
and especially for me, I was like, I'm very indecisive about a lot of things, so I tend to just end up with piles.
I personally. I liked it. I like it when they do it for certain factions. I don't like it when they do it for when they were to a point where they were pushing it so far that they were like doing it for single color things. Like they did that, then they did it for Theros, and I was like, okay for Theros because you just went off a multicolor thing. That's fine. But then they are also like, here's core in single color. No, you don't need to do it.
It also apparently became a problem because you were mentioning the whole like promo thing.
People would they would get the best. Well, the one I had like the best.
Yeah.
Like Black has the best uncommons and this has the best promo, so everyone's going to sell out on that one because that's going to get them more wins than if they do it instead of with the Spear of It. That's why the promo's random for this. That's why it's not something that's specific to that color identity because otherwise people will just be like, which one is the best one technically in terms of their rares and stuff like that? Probably this one. Grab this one so you can get it. And it's like, Ugh. Good healer, it's just codex. I am tempted also to do like a second build and just use the extra Quandrix one that we have.
Yeah, sorry. I was just saying they still had the they were still doing the kind of choose your guild whatever thing when they did Tarkir, right?
No.
No?
Well, you could choose it, but you didn't get like a Tark. Oh wait, no, you're right. You're right. No, you're right. They did have. I think they did bring it back for Tarkir.
Yeah, I do. I remember this. I remember getting a Tamir pack and stuff.
Yeah, you're right. But I forget if the rares were connected or if I just got really lucky with that. Because I got Crockling Doom, which I was really happy about. So I don't think they did for dragons.
Because I remember doing that, but then I remember also for some reason building a build that used a Golgari card of some kind, because I vividly remember like casting a one Golgari card that like makes the token that's got the power and toughness of your highest toughness creature or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I just did a bunch of those and got a bunch of like really cheap 5/5s and stuff. It was weird. There's also like a midnight pre-release, so my memory's a bit hazy on the whole thing. I got my Prismari pre-release kit right here.
I guess we could build yours.
Would that be okay?
I mean, yeah. Oh, we include archive and extra packs you gave us. Oh, for what we're doing, don't include the extra packs, but include you do include the archive cards. The archive cards are played. Hello, by the way, Tom.
Also,
like, for example,
not to throw away the thing.
Oh yeah, please don't throw away. So Tom, you and Caitlin, please don't throw away this. If you don't want it, give it to me. Because this little poster actually will assemble with our posters and make a giant poster. So I forgot about that. So please don't throw that away. Worst case scenario, I would probably ask Mike too. Unless you both want to keep yours. Like, you want to keep yours and put it in your room, I understand though. So, but just don't throw away and then decide later. What's the thing I was going to tell you? Oh yeah, because we still have like time. Like, I got through my build like super fast actually.
Can I get in there then, or?
Yes. Let me just trying to decide if there's anything else I want to do. No, I think that's good. But I was going to show Tom, like,
that's such a good art.
See, because I have Shock and I have Swords of Plowshare, so
You're a happy boy.
I am happy. I am happy I get to play these, although I'm sad because I don't have Lightning Helix.
Oh, boo-hoo.
I never get to play Lightning Helix.
Then again, I got Plowshares and Shock.
I really love Swords of Plowshare. All right, I'm going to do this. Stream is not done. I'm just going to do like.
It's moving.
The mic, that part. This is what you should worry about, not this part.
Oh, okay.
That's the live one, but the actual microphone isn't on there. So I was like,
I mean, you don't have to turn off the switch. We can just switch.
Tom pulled Witherbloom.
You pulled Witherbloom. All of Witherbloom.
He means the dragon.
Oh, nice.
I'm pretty sure he means the dragon because
that's good. Yeah. Oh, that's so good.
It does sound silly when you think about like I pulled Witherbloom.
It took me a second. My brain had to load for a second.
You pulled the thing. It's like, yeah.
Was that your promo, or was that just you had it in your stuff? Either way, that's cool.
I'm sad though.
Why?
I didn't get my Lordhold dragon.
No, I probably won't get my dragon either. So
I want Lordhold. All right, we'll be totally right back. I'm gonna black out. There we go.
I'm too close.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of a distance sometimes.
Do I sit higher than you do?
Probably.
Do I have a longer torso?
I think you do. I think I have longer legs, but you have a longer torso.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall. It's a selfless glyph weaver.
Well, I'll want it later.
Exile it. Creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. I hate these cards.
You can get just in the Witherbloom pack. Oh, can you get the dragon?
I think so. Yeah, sometimes they're random. And now here's my Prismari pack. It's a pledge mage. What? I don't know what the rare is yet.
For some reason I thought the rare was the other. Never mind. Ignore me.
Prismari Pledge Mage. We've seen this before. It's an Orc Wizard. Prismari Campus. Elemental Summoning. It's a good dog. It eats your homework.
Yes.
People are complaining that this is a wolf and not a dog. But, you know.
A wolf ate my homework. Oh, that's more believable.
Serpentine Curve. Pillar Drop Warden. Heated Debate. Very good. Excavated Wall. Past tense.
Yes, because we need this in your Prismar, I think.
Curate. A Kelpie Guide. Ooh, that's a cool one. And Kelpie Guide says tap. Untap another target permanent you control, or tap target permanent, activate if you control 8 or more lands. This is...
Oh no, Tom got the giant pest thing.
Oh, nice! So, this one's definitely one kind of for the Quandrix one, because they have a whole 8 or more lands thing. Creative Outburst. We've seen this one.
No.
And Academic Dispute. Surprise Reach and Learn. Culmination of Studies.
There you go.
And a treasure, so no dragon. But Culmination of Studies. You've got Swords to Plowshares and Shock. You don't get to complete. Watch, I'll pull the dragon.
Probably will happen.
Oh, actually, before I do this, I should sort these.
I also won't lie.
You go in the garbage.
I did want the first card of your pack, of that pack too.
Which one?
Not the one you're about to open, the new one.
The Biblioplex Assistant?
Yes, because I like that card.
So...
Bring back your kill spell. Kill it again.
Is it blue artifacts? I'll throw those over there because there's not that many. Heated Debate. Tome Shredder. Dual color land. And dual color. Anyway, Biblioplex Assistant. It's a flying gargoyle. When it enters, put up to 1 target instant or sorcery from your graveyard on top of your library. 4-drop 2/1. Make your mark. I think Brian got this one, so I don't have to feel it. Stonebound Mentor. Whenever one or more of your cards leaves your graveyard, scry one. I like this one. Reckless Amplimancer. It just says double its power and toughness until end of turn. Linear Growth. What am I? Thirstier? Monocolors going up here. Mage Hunter's Onslaught. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Whenever a creature blocks this turn, its controller loses 1 life. Pretty good, actually. Mono Black. Study Break. We've seen this one. Curate. We've seen that one. Dragon's Approach. Deals 3 damage to each opponent. You may exile Dragon's Approach and 4 other cards named Dragon's Approach from your graveyard. If you do, search your library for a dragon creature, put it onto the battlefield, and shuffle. A deck may have any number of cards named Dragon's Approach. I've been trying to draft a bunch of these foolishly. But I do want to build a constructed deck that's just a bunch of these and then one of every dragon in standard right now. Expanded Anatomy, a lesson. Put 2 1/1 counters on target creature. Gains Vigilante until end of turn. Yeah, Dragon's Approach is pretty nuts. It's just probably more of a constructed card. Honestly, but it still's fun. Colorless. Eye Twitch. When flying, when Eye Twitch dies, learn. So it's an eye bat. Start from scratch. We've seen that. Rutha! Yeah! She's cool. I want to cosplay her. I relate a lot to her. Read the story. It kind of made me cry a little bit. But she's an orc shaman. I got Rutha!
Nice. Now I'm actually...
Crackle with power!
Oh, no.
Crackle with power! Yes! Oh, I should say what Rutha does before I go into that. Rutha is to return her to its owner's hand. Copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. At first, I wasn't super sure about her as, like... Oh, Brian's been doing this thing, and I haven't. As, like, a, card to use in general, just because it's like, oh, it's sometimes kind of iffy to pay for these abilities, but after using her and after kind of really looking at it again, I'm going to make her a commander, because she's actually really good. Anyway, Crackle with Power is a fantastic card. Crackle with Power deals 5... What?
It's broken in this format.
It deals 5 times X damage to each of up to X targets. this is very important because you see, it's the triple X thing, which means, for those who might not know, is that you have to pay 3 mana to get 1 X here. It's kind of confusing how that works. To some people, it was confusing to me when I was first figuring it out. But basically, to get 1 X worth here, you have to pay 3 mana into here. Is how it's going to work. So that means even if you just like pay 3 and 2 reds, that's 5. You're dealing 5 damage to 1 target, which is like literally a regular sorcery in this set. I can't remember what it's called. The Pigment Rain or whatever. That's literally Pigment Rain except without the trample. Right. So it's already good. But then once you start getting into like higher and higher, then it can kill people out of nowhere. And Grape Shot.
Oh.
I think there's another one behind it, but there's Grape Shot. What? I'm happy.
You copy Grape Shot with Ruth up.
Yes.
And Grape Shot is 1 damage.
Mana Tithe Foil. I know you do.
Can I have it?
I'm going to eat it on camera.
No,
I will consume it. I swear to God. It's just like you in Cryptic Command.
I mean, we're probably going to give you a bunch of stuff out from my pack once
I will keep it over there. I won't eat it this time.
You can play
I should.
Mana Tithe. You still get the counter.
Also, here's the Prismari die, which I'm a little... I mean, it's definitely readable. I think that's the thing. I like the colors of it. Part of me wishes the numbers were also either red or blue, but I also know it's hard to read the numbers. Especially if you're colorblind.
I know the Nadav had problems looking at the Groll die.
Yeah.
I remember one time we pulled it out for him to use, and he just looked at us like, F you. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot
He's partially red-green. Like, not fully, but partially red-green colorblind.
He actually could not read it. Like, that was not meant to be insulting like that. We just... Because he had found out recently and told us it was like something we just didn't know. Speaking of Storm, I got Shiny Tendrils of Agony.
I
want to be
I do too. I want to play all the Storm cards. I forced Mind's Desire on an arena draft recently.
Interesting.
Campus Guide. When enters, it's one of your basic searchers. Cram Session we've seen. Witherbloom Campus. Novice Dissector, which we've seen. Pilgrim of the Ages, which we've seen. Pop
Quiz.
Pop Quiz. Have you seen this one or no?
Yeah, well, I have seen it.
Draw a card and learn.
Intuitively draw a card and learn. Could be like a divination, essentially.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Done right. I think it's
Shaman. Spine Rock Karok. The bogs are deeper than you realize. Most of the space underneath the surface is taken up by these enormous Karoks. You might think your feet are touching the bottom. They're probably not. You're just walking on the back of crocodiles.
A lot of crocodiles in this college.
Spirit Summoning. Goes here.
You're James Bond.
Ooh, Dina.
Dina. We both got Dina.
Yeah.
Which makes me sad because you got Rutha, but I didn't get. I realized this someone else I was missing from mine.
Master Symmetrist. Rhino Druid. Reach, one of those other surprise reachers. Whenever a creature you control with power equal to its toughness attacks, it gains trample until end of turn. Pretty good.
I didn't get Quintus, and that makes me sad.
Tend the Pests. As initial cost to cast the spell, sack a creature. Make X 1/1 black-green pest tokens with where X is a sacrifice creature's power. I've got a special treat for you today. Elemental Expressionist. This is an interesting one. I'm not sure how to use it effectively. So it's an orc wizard with, like, all of these fun little mana symbols. Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery, choose target creature you control. Until end of turn, it gains if this creature would leave the battlefield, exile instead of putting anywhere else. And when you exile this creature, make a 4/4 blue-red elemental creature token. So
You can be aggressive.
Yeah.
With it, because, like, you swing out and then if you do trades, you just get 4/4s at the end. They don't...
Ooh, Revitalize.
Nice.
And a foil Containment Breach. So, Revitalize, you gain 3 life, draw a card, just kind of a pretty art. And the Containment Breach, destroy target artifact or enchantment. If its mana value is 2 or less, make a 1/1 pest.
Nice.
And yeah, and the little token thingy.
You moved the camera.
Oh, sorry. Where should I move it?
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
You can pull it up a little bit, like, push it up just a bit.
I've been trying to do that.
Oh, yeah.
And it keeps Yeah, that's the
Put it
problem.
back down.
There's like a
Okay,
crossover
yeah.
point.
I did. I set it up a certain way, so eventually I'll get a second camera have a better thing on there.
Relic Sloth, the thing that you don't like, kind of.
I just realized I didn't get a Relic Sloth, did I?
It has Vigilance and Menace, which is pretty neat. No, I think I would have remembered if you did. Infuse with Vitality. This is pretty good. Until end of turn, target creature gains a death touch, and when it dies, it returns tapped, you gain 2 life. Prismari Campus. Guiding Voice. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature and learn.
That's not the best learn card, but it does work. It does do some work.
This is a really good one. Waterfall Aerialist. Djinn Wizard. Flying Ward 2. So this is another thing they did in the set where for a long time they've kind of had this whole like whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell, you have to pay an extra 2 to target it or whatever.
Oh, Tom has decided that he was going Pest Tribal.
Ooh, Pest Tribal.
Oh dear.
It can also be called Pets Tribal because you consider the pests your pets. Anyway. But now they've kind of keyworded it. And I wonder if they might kind of go back and retro keyword things, but you know. It depends on if it actually is relevant. Like, if you have a creature with ward, blah, blah, blah kind of thing. But this is really good because it flies. It's a 3/1 and hard to target. Tome Shredder we've seen. This Plant Dog. As an additional cost to cast the spell, sack a creature, pay 3. This is pretty good, actually. Professor's Warning. Choose one. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature, or target creature gains indestructible until end of turn. Wait, does she... Oh wait, I thought she had an eye patch for some reason. Her brow game was on point, so good.
Lily just decided that now she's just gonna have a random eye patch.
Yeah, she doesn't. She hasn't lost an eye. She just wants the eye patch of her.
I'm trying. Well, I mean, to be fair,
I'm in disguise.
To be fair, it would help. Yeah, the disguise. Like I'm in disguise. I mean, they don't know that they weren't there for Warm Spark.
Combat Professor. Flying. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature gets +1/+7 gain vigilance. Very annoying card. I always kill it on sight. Fractal Summoning you've seen. Thunderous Orator. I didn't even have a Simic pile. Thunderous Orator. Vigilante. When Thunderous Orator attacks, it gains flying. Until of turn, and the same is true for like a bunch of other keywords. Reconstruct History. Return up to 1 target artifact. You've seen this one, and yeah. Show of Confidence. It has Pseudo Storm. Whenever you cast a spell, copy it for each monster, instant, sorcery spell you've cast. You may choose new targets. For the copies, put 1 counter on target creature gains Vigilante until end of turn. Oh, this card, Elite Spellbinder.
Oh, it's I don't think I can get his name correct. I think it's
who?
I can't. Oh no, it says on the card.
The artist?
No,
or Paulo Vitro.
This is Paulo Vitro. This is the champion card.
Oh right,
this
yeah.
Got the help design and everything because they brought those back now.
So flying, when it enters the battlefield, look at target opponent's hand. You may exile an online card from it for as long as that card remains exiled. Its owner may play it. A spell cast this way costs 2 more to cast. So it's an interesting hand interaction in white kind of thing.
Can I see it real quick? I want to see. Let me.
No, it's not that.
Oh, what the name? Okay. It's Divine Gambit. Will you be blessed of the Divine Gambit? Oh no, I think I get it's Pablo or I keep wanting to put a B in there. Paulo Vito Vitor Demo Dalla Rosa. I can't say it quickly, but I can say
wow, what a shame this didn't have a showcase card in it. This pack was missing a showcase. Oh, shit.
Archive, not showcase.
Okay, whatever. Actually, it was missing a special card.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
On the microphone, just turn the knob to the left. Just.
Am I too loud?
You're much louder than I am, yeah. Is
that good?
Turn it one more. There you go.
How about now?
That's good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're peeking like a lot, so I just want to peek out.
Anyway, square up. Target creature has base power 4/4, which is pretty cool. Blood Researcher, Minache, and whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on Blood Researcher. It's a vampire druid. It's a green vampire.
Yeah, I talked last night about my feelings about that. Well, not really. I just felt like I don't like green vampires with blood.
You know, I'm going to build that Sultai vampire.
No.
Just so you can be annoyed.
It just brings back a bad memory from the Magic Fest. This does not.
Campus Guy, we've seen. Promising Dusk Mage we've seen. Expel we've seen. Burog Befuddler we've seen. Fuming Effigy we've seen. Tangle Trap we've seen. Inkling Summoning.
That's one of the best lessons.
Yeah.
Just getting 2-1.
Just makes a 2-1 with flying. Sure.
I do wish I had that.
Ooh, this is really good. A Vampire Warlock, Tenured Inkcaster. Whenever when it enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on target creature, and when a creature you control with a counter on it attacks, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. This is pretty good.
I need that card too. It's vampires.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Prismari Apprentice, Magecraft. When you cast or copy, it can't be blocked this turn if that spell has mana value 5 or greater. Put a 1 counter on Prismari Apprentice. It's probably not one of the best ones, unfortunately, but it's still pretty good. Containment Breach we've seen. Ooh, Strixhaven Stadium.
A lot of people are like, you can't necessarily win off it. Like, that's true, except I almost won off it. The only reason why I died is because of arena stupidity.
The stadium or the Prismari Apprentice?
Oh, the stadium.
Oh, so add colorless mana, put a point counter on it. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, remove a point counter from it. Whenever your creature you control deals combat damage to an opponent, put a point counter on it. Then if it has 10 or more point counters on it, remove them all, and that player loses the game. So it's an alternate win card. Whirlwind Denial.
Oh, that'll make you happy. That's kind of your jam.
Yeah, kinda. It's an anti-storm card. For each spell and ability your opponents control, counter it unless the controller pays for it. Well, oh right, ability. Yeah. And Unwilling Ingredient Foil. It's a grumpy frog.
It's a frog that's going down. Time for you to teach the special ingredient, froggy.
Another Blood Researcher. And Witherbloom Pledge Mage.
I'm going to need to acquire all these vampires from me. Oh, hey, that's a good one, too.
Letter of Acceptance. Add 1 mana of any color or sack and pay 2 to draw a card.
Like a segment.
Mage Duel. Cost 2 less to cast if you cast another instant or sorcery this turn. A target creature gets +1/+2, and then it fights a creature you don't control. Pretty good. Essence Infusion. 2/1 counters on target creature, and it gains lifelink. Pillar Drop Rescuer. Returns a creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Bury in Books. Put target creature into its owner's library second from the top, and you can pay 2 less if it targets an attacking creature. Blood Age General. I think you got this one, right? Attacking spirits get +1/+0.
No, actually, I didn't get that one.
Leyline Invocation. We did get that one. Introduction to Prophecy. I think this is one of the better lessons too. Scry 2, draw a card for 3. Any deck can now have a Scry 2 and draw a card if they wish. Umbral Juke. Choose 1. Target player sacks a creature or planeswalker, or make an Inkling.
So edict something or make a... Or not Inkling, right? It makes a...
It makes an Inkling.
Oh, it does make an Inkling?
Yeah, it's for the Silver Quill people.
Quill. I didn't notice that. Oh.
An Honor Troll. Troll Druid. Vigilance. If you would gain life, you gain that much +1 instead, and it gets +2/+1 as long as you have 25 or more life. Reduce to Memory. Exile target non-land permanent. Its controller makes a 3/2 red-white spirit. Verdant Mastery.
Nice.
Where's the white? There it is. You may pay something. So basically, you search the library for up to 4 basics and reveal them. Put 1 of them onto the battlefield tapped under an opponent's control if the cheaper cost was paid. Put 2 of them onto the battlefield tapped under your control and the rest to your hand. Then shuffle. It's interesting to put lands into play under an opponent's control. And Swords to Plowshares.
Well, looks like you're on white, right? Because you want the best white kill spell. You need to go white now, Kelsey. You have the best white kill spell. And now you have your Rufa and... No, I'm just joking. Sorry. Did you open all your packs already?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, that was the last one?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, honey. I'll draw again.
Alright, well, the way I do things is a lot less, orderly.
You just are like, I don't like this, goodbye,
so,
and you're just done.
So I'm pretty sure, first of all, I'm not going... Probably not going Simic, because there's... I don't know, there's very few... I mean, there's some good green. Let's see real quick.
I mean, I know you. If you want to go to Mirror, if you can.
Yeah, but...
I find it funny. I'm technically going Mardu in a weird way.
I don't think I'm going Simic. And I don't think I'm going Witherbloom, as much as the Blood Researchers are nice. And Dina. So, I mean, the black isn't bad, I suppose. The Inkcaster is pretty good, though. Alright, Okay, well, let's just put these over here, because I already have a vision for what I want to build.
You have a vision. You have a...
These white cards will go over here, because maybe I will use them, unfortunately.
My vision cannot be compromised.
And these are just the dual ones. Okay, so my vision.
This is looking like a true Prismari, your vision.
Get out of there, you're not really Prismari.
What is?
The Blood Age General.
You might have a bunch of spares you might want. That's fine. Maybe.
My vision.
This is the one earthquake.
Yes. Okay, yeah, you're an X spell. You're a big spell. Big boy. Big boy, big spell.
Big boy, big boy.
Variant books. We'll put you there. I don't think I'll be playing that. Or that. We'll be playing this.
Well, we're like counters, right?
Well, yeah, but it's unless the controller pays for, and it. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Curate. Serpentine Curve, maybe. Maybe on the second curate. Kelpie Guide could be okay.
Is that Irish Tale or is that Scotch Tale?
I think it's Scottish, technically.
Okay.
Maybe on you. Maybe
Also,
on you. Yes. Sorry, what?
Have you heard the accents for Will and Ryan when they get played?
Yeah.
Is it Scottish or is it Irish?
I don't know.
It's muddled. It's too muddled.
It's very muddled.
I was trying not to be
on
like, oh,
you.
it's not. I don't think it's the voice actor's fault. I think I just am dumb and like I can't recognize which one it is right now. But maybe I'm wrong. And it is the voice actor. It's just like they're just too. They didn't have that before, did they?
No, they have for a little while.
No, because I remember the royal silence when people play it, hearing that accent.
I mean, maybe not, but so here's the thing: I'm going to be deep in denial about the fact that I don't have a lot of cards in this deck. Because I want to play Grape Shot, okay?
I know.
I want to play Grape Shot so bad.
Can I see your white? Can I just want to
Where's the white?
I'm just
Where'd I
curious
put it?
about something.
Oh, I threw the red on top of here because of the Spirit General.
I'm just curious.
I mean, I might throw in the white, maybe. Even though probably the better thing to do would just be to do, like Silver Quill or something. Let's see here. Because I could also do this, because that's still red. And I can also do these, because they're still blue. What?
Because your red is very good, isn't that?
I mean, yes.
Technically, this white is pretty good too, but you don't have to go. I know.
Hush.
I know.
I might still, like, splash it in, at least, though. Like, maybe that... Oh, the Spirit Summoning, though. Okay, so that's a lesson. I don't know if I have a lot of learn. I mean, I have the pop quiz.
Like, it's not bad to throw them in there if you have to.
That could be good.
Oh, yeah, so the plot, sure.
I
don't think you necessarily need to build just fine.
I mean, we'll see.
Did you not have any other blue or red things?
I do. I just was like separating them a little bit just to see. Okay, so
you can always put the stupid spirit thing in there anyways. Just
so let's put in.
It also is a creature. Sometimes it's also a body. That's
this
enough.
does learn, I guess. So that's not too bad. But I'll put this in. We'll put in the Tome Shredder doggies.
Oh, yeah, you should totally put in the doggies.
I was just separating them out because of like I wanted the core of the deck, which is like doing bullshit for grape shot. Let's see. I guess Serpentine Curve could be fine. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 cards, 19, 20, 21. I need 5 more. If I wanted to exactly fill up a deck. All right. So, I mean, he has a 4/3.
What's the 4/3?
The Fuming Effigy. Whenever one or more cards leaves your graveyard, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. The thing is, it would trigger off the Pill Drop Warden. Oh, it triggers off the Wolves. Yeah, you're going in. Let's see.
You can't exile all things, but you're right, it's a 4/3, so I guess if you need more...
Well, no, because the Wolf will exile instant or sorcery from the graveyard, so
nice.
It'll just keep triggering
I
it.
wish I had the Wolves now.
I guess I could curate twice. Because then I can just keep filling my graveyard for things. Yeah, I need 3 more. Oh wait, did I count these two? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, I need 3 more. I could throw in the frog. I'm going to put in Serpentine Curve, because I think I'll be filling up my graveyard with a lot of things, so that works.
Mm-hmm. And you can't use it. Oh, yeah, you can't use it for Orzhov.
Oh no, it's white.
Silver Quill, yeah. It's white and black on the back.
Oh, it is? What's the black back do?
You never opened it, did you?
No, I didn't know it had a back.
It has a back.
Well, let me see. What does it do on the back? Deadly Vanity. Choose a creature or planeswalker, then destroy all other creatures and planeswalkers.
There you go. That's what it does on the back. It's a freaking board wipe.
My black is good then. Well, kind of. I don't know. I've never seen this card.
I guess you could go Witherbloom. Well, but you have the red. Well, actually, Can you go Witherbloom and then play green and then splash the crackling thing?
I absolutely cannot.
Oh, then just forget it. The crackling thing's gonna probably win you more games than the board wipe.
Yeah. Oh, right. I forgot about these. Because I put them aside. Being like, hey, I should just put these aside. I should put in...
Since you have big spells, I would recommend.
Yeah.
That one's just
Stadium and maybe Letter of Acceptance?
Yes.
To help ramp a little bit.
Because I think you're
I have 2 Prismari Campi.
I thought it was campuses.
No, it's campuses. I'm being dumb.
Oh. Wait a minute.
The proper term is
better
campi.
with the words than I am. What's that? You're better with the words than I am.
Yeah, but I'm going Prismari.
You don't. Yes. You don't speak the bullshit.
I do speak the bullshit all the time.
You go Prismari, so you do speak the bullshit.
That's the thing. That's why I can't be in Silver Quills, because I'm just every time I open my mouth, instead of cool inklings, it's just bullshit coming out.
You're a good writer. You write really good bullshit. I guess is the way to put it.
Yeah, this is more like, Prismari's the bullshit campus or college.
Well, you could be a Silver Quill because I think the best thing is when you get to write your bullshit is still witty and fun when you're really pissed off, like the one story you wrote.
Yeah, but it's still it's not really driven so much from a source of I am a master of my craft. It's driven from I am annoyed and I want big things to happen. And I'm just gonna make big bullshit happen, and I don't care if it's actually gonna win me anything. Because that's actually how I've been drafting this most of the time. I
feel like somehow that's still tied to your relative. Your distant relative.
Yeah. Well, I am related to Mark Twain, basically, which is a thing that's come up a bit.
As soon as we found that out, I'm like, yep, that explains a lot.
I mean,
that explains so much.
It's not like he's, my grandfather or anything like that.
No,
but
it's for the same family. I can see the freaking sarcasm.
We're surprisingly closer than most people who are like, I'm distantly related to Charlemagne or whatever. Well, you know what I mean.
Hey, don't
Charlemagne's actually an even closer one, technically, because they're direct descendants.
Yeah, don't talk about Christopher Lee like that.
I'm thinking more like, I'm distantly related to, is it Genghis Khan? One of the ones where he had, a whole bunch of kids, and it's like, yeah, so many people are related to him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23. Exactly.
As far as I know, I'm not related to anyone famous or cool now I think about that.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I mean, I was surprised about the Mark Twain thing, so.
That's true. Somehow I'll be related to, other random people I meet, but that's about it. And besides you, hopefully.
I mean, everyone is related eventually.
In one way, yeah. Our relation would be, it's not
we're not
royal family relation.
Well, they were related.
Tell us more about how the caster tell us more about how
Queen Elizabeth
and Queen Elizabeth met.
Well, they were.
No, you have to do it. There's the pause.
There's the pause.
There's a real awkward pause, and then
you don't see the guy, but you can tell he's going.
And then the next words are, well, they were related.
It just cuts off right there.
Well, that's the video.
I mean, that's the video, but like, it's the funniest
longer,
thing.
But it's like, you got enough context. You already need to know.
I'll be honest, that actually was the first time I'd ever heard that they were cousins or whatever. I mean, it doesn't super surprise me.
It doesn't surprise me either. I'd never heard it. I did think they were farther than what they really were. I was like, oh gosh, no, they're not.
It's one of those things where I kind of have the optimism that I lived in a world where that sort of thing didn't happen with royal families anymore, but you know.
Same with me. I was like, it's probably a little bit farther out, right? It's not the
they're double related, even. I think I pointed out in the family tree.
Yeah, because they're related. They're related through to Victoria, and then they're also related from another family.
Well, not only that, it's like there's. Not only are they cousins, but at some point a little further up, there's another bit of incest that goes on. So it's like, because that's what I was telling you about. Is like, if it was just a cousin thing, it probably wouldn't be nearly as big of a deal. Because like, it's a little icky, but it's like, okay,
it's weird.
But because there's the double helix, as it were.
That's just, I don't know. British royalty or European royalty is just messed up.
Yeah.
I know this now. Like, oh, I would like to be king. That'd be fun. It's like, oh no, I don't want to marry my. No.
Fun fact about that though too is that it kind of went interesting the other way around too, because what would happen apparently sometimes in older times, they would try to raise people that they intended to. They would try to marry together, but then what would happen is that they would be like, "No, we see each other as family, so why would we do that?" It's called the there's a name for it. It's a psychological effect where if you're raised together before a certain age, then you won't be able to feel like sexual feelings toward each other necessarily, because it's something mark or whatever. I forget what it's called exactly. But yeah, the thing happens with that. This is yours. I don't know how that ended up there.
It's my divider. Don't knock my lore hold divider.
I'm not knocking it. I just don't know how it ended up in my stuff.
The lore hold is best.
I'm trying to find all my lessons and take them out.
It's the College of Archaeological Peoples.
Anyway, mine actually went fairly quickly, even though I probably am making all the wrong decisions.
Nah, that's fine.
Oh wait,
I do wish I had some of your stuff though. I do wish I had like the crackling. And even maybe this. No, I don't think I want the sloth. Not the sloth. People don't quite. Should I explain why I don't like sloths?
Yeah, sure. I found it fascinating.
People. Okay, so here's the thing: is that a lot of people like sloths. I admit to this, and I know that everyone's like, "Well, why don't you like sloths? They're adorable." All this other stuff. I don't like sloths not because necessarily like they're like lazy things or something. I don't like sloths because when those claws, their claws make me incredibly uncomfortable. They look like the tools that they use for mummification with a long.
Well, not for mummification. They use it to like that's the tool they use to take the brain out.
Yeah, they use that for mummification.
They have to take the brain out it's important to mention there's a lot of tools used in mummification.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, it looks like the tool that they use, the long needle thing that they take and put in your nose, and then they scoop out your brains with when they prepare you for mummification.
Oh, back in the day, anyway.
Yeah. And it's really, those claws really creep me out. It just bothers me. I just feel like this creature, I can't believe that this creature will not at some point go a little bit crazy. Or, well, I don't think all sloths are going to do that, but I can't believe that there's not like there's one sloth that hasn't like gone weird and just like decided to like scoop up, try to attack you with those giant things.
Even if it tried to do that, it would take a very long time.
Well, because I thought the whole thing was that I was under the misconception also that sloths would eventually move quickly, but I forgot they just don't move. They move slow
that's their whole
thing. All the time. Yeah, I thought they had like a rush of energy at one point too. That I thought they used it like a reserve or something.
Yeah, no.
So, however, my fears are now justified. Because I was looking up stuff, because I'm a lore holder, I was looking about historical stuff, but primarily I was looking up, paleontology.
Tom, don't encourage him. He just said
that they weren't.
If they weren't so slow, they'd actually
be pretty deadly predators. I know. Well,
but they're slow.
Here's the thing. Back in ancient times, there was actually a species of sloth, just like how there's the giant penguins. There was a species of sloth that were giant and were actually kind of fast.
Fast sloth.
It is the Lorehold sloth. And it is freaking, and now I'm really scared. It's like, oh gosh, I thank gosh I'm not like a caveman or something. Like, I don't know if they exist at the same time as cave people. Maybe that might not be the case. But oh, thank gosh I'm not that, because oh my gosh, they did exist. The giant, the creepy ones existed. I think they still have the claws and everything. I'm like, never, no.
Have you ever seen like videos of handlers with sloths where the sloths will like drag their claws across their face a little bit like that? Like the backside,
yeah.
I mean, but
yeah, and it looks like it hurts. It looks like it must.
It doesn't because it's so slow.
It's like it's still like.
They do this kind of an affection thing.
It's almost like the weird like needle thing that, or it's like you having a phobia about needles.
Okay, that makes sense though.
Yeah, I know, but it is. Thanks. Well, phobias don't make sense.
Well, I know mine doesn't make sense either, but at the same time, it's like
it is weirdly like that. Like I just don't like the long claw thing that does weird. It is bothersome. I don't like it. I just no.
Yeah, they are kind of weird.
No.
And their faces kind of are very expressionless too. Like
I don't like the faces. The faces are always kind of fine. They look like they're peaceful. It's like, oh, it's a sloth. It's real. Oh my gosh, one of those claws. Like that doesn't make sense. It's like, I understand why they use it. They use it for hooking onto trees and stuff.
Yeah,
so
hook trees and like digging
effective.
Around and all that business.
But the claws still bother me. I don't want to ever imagine a fast sloth.
Fast sloth?
I know, right? I know. It's such a contradiction.
No, I'm just picturing that it goes at like normal speed. Also, now I'm picturing you as like Brian the caveman going out and just slaughtering giant sloths constantly.
These giant sloths will not kill us anymore. No.
You're just grizzled hunter with sloth pelts.
I could never kill an animal unless you only had to drive. Like unless we're like out in the wilderness, I have no other choice. It's the only way to survive. It's like I don't think I could. It's just kind of.
Oh, this is a random thing that popped in my head. I had a high school teacher who had like literally roughed it in Alaska at one point and everything, and because we were at one point I think we were reading what's that one? The one where the guy like tries to rough it in Alaska and dies.
I don't remember that one actually.
There's like it was made into a movie. It was like a whole thing where it's like a guy goes like, "Oh, I want to live in the wild and stuff and be away from civilization." Turns out civilization keeps you from being dead. Anyway, that's a lesson I got from that.
I want to be far away from civilization. Well, it turns out
humans rely on each other for a reason.
I mean, well, yes, actually. Unfortunately, that's both the reason why we are both very vulnerable and very powerful. So,
but like we watched the movie that was based on, or the movie that was based on the book. Anyway, so we watched it as part of our English thing. She was my high school English teacher, and she had actually she had a cabin. She wasn't completely out in the wilderness, but like she was kind of out in Alaska in a very similar situation. Although she was a little more smart about it. Anyway,
she didn't decide to just randomly go out there without supplies or
that's
else,
the thing.
or like communication with people in case something goes down.
There's a scene in that movie, and it's in the book too, where like there's he's trying to hunt and he sees like a deer and he's about to shoot it, and then the deer's baby's head pops up and he goes like, "Oh no, I can't shoot it because it's a mother."
Yeah.
Basically, he doesn't say it, but it's like that's what you can tell like why he doesn't shoot the deer. And then afterwards when we were talking, teacher brought up that scene and she goes like, "So here's the thing about that.
She killed Bambi's mom, wouldn't she?"
No.
Oh,
she
really?
killed Bambi.
Ah, good point. Kill Bambi instead.
She wanted. No, that was the time that was just like. That was actually like you shoot the baby, because the thing is, if he shot the adult, and that actually comes up in a later scene, we hadn't watched the whole thing at that point. If you shoot the adult, the meat will rot before you get to eat all of it. Because he didn't have anything to preserve it with. But with the baby, it's like, oh, that's enough for like a meal or two.
Yeah. And then,
she was just kind of saying like, yeah, shoot Bambi. I mean, she didn't say shoot Bambi.
Shoot Bambi's mom, shoot Bambi.
Yeah.
That's usually the best way to go about it. The hunter was completely stupid. Like, I shot Bambi's mom. It's like, well, Bambi's mom rotted.
I mean, we're assuming in like the Bambi story that the hunter actually had a means to refrigerate Bambi's mom, but
Also, we assume that the hunter is just a hunter hunting.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole. I think it's a hunter who hunts who's just killing Bambi's mom just for shit.
That too.
Not for food or survival or something like that.
I remember she told a story about how when she was doing that, and she was like, she had like a gun that's meant to like scare off bears and stuff. So it has like a big bullet thing. I don't know the whole details, but she was trying to rummage around with berries, and then she got spooked, and it turns out it was like some like fat bird up in the tree, and she was just like, she was another being spooked, but then she realized this was a good opportunity to get food, except that the gun she had was kind of meant for a bigger caliber than shooting birds.
Mm-hmm.
So she does that, and apparently she shot the bird, and she shot the top of its beak clean off. These were the sort of stories she would tell us about, and it's like, oh, okay, that's nice. What does that have to do with English? I think that's kind of just the experience of English teachers, is that you're just paying to sit in a room to have someone tell you random life stories.
Oh, freaking Mansfield.
Yeah, like Mansfield.
Always mean.
Or just like, I mean, just any English teacher I've had is just like, you don't pay necessarily to like learn English things. You just pay to have some crazy person talk.
To be fair though, I remember we mentioned we graduate and Mansfield was just like, oh. And then also, I think he doesn't actually show up to the graduations that much. He actually showed up and is like, oh, hey, Mansfield. Like, he was really sweet of him.
He's very
like,
nice.
We were having for like each a semester, and then he just like, oh, okay, I'm here. This is, hey, I heard some of my students graduate. I'm going to be here. I was like, oh.
Yeah, he's a nice curmudgeon.
He's an old curmudgeon man who like sits there. He's just like, all right. So, I mean, he was a better English teacher than some of the other ones I had.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, the other ones were just like...
That's the one I get.
They either took it way too seriously or they were just really annoying. They were just annoying. He's just like, I know you're just here for the grade, so it's alright, but, maybe you kind of should learn something from this and all that jazz. And it's like, no, I'm gonna learn because you understand that I'm here to do it as a credit, but now I can go ahead and explore it myself. You're not gonna hold it up. I sort of got you, if I ever have to read The Help again, like, I love stories about that where it talks about racial relations, stuff like that, but that there's something about that book I just don't like. There's some I just don't enjoy. I just didn't enjoy the writing on that.
Tom says, I once gave a bag of chips to a homeless man who then asked if I'd heard about Lincoln's War and wanted to tell me about it. Lincoln's War as in the Civil War? Because that's the only Lincoln's War I can begin to think of. I'm
Lincoln's War.
Curious.
The Civil War of this country?
That's an interesting way to put it, is Lincoln's War. Don't know, he just said Lincoln's War. You didn't you didn't listen to him what Lincoln's War was?
He could have been a sage, Tom. He could have told you all of his knowledge of Lincoln's War. No, we know what Lincoln's War is. The secret war against vampires.
Oh. I mean, I was just thinking it was like a war, some kind of war that goes with like terrible. Rich and fancy car dealerships.
Book is hilarious. The movie's terrible, though.
If I didn't have to go, I would have stayed to hear about you. It's more important. It would have been more important than whatever you had to get to hear about Lincoln's War.
As if for Mary Elizabeth Weinstein is in there as was his wife named Mary too? Lincoln's wife?
I think so.
Yeah.
Mary Todd?
Mary Todd, yeah. So like Mary Elizabeth Weinstein's in there as Mary Todd. It's like I won't lie. Mary Todd is actually badass in there. Like the rest of the movie tries to be over top and funny and interesting like the book was, and it's not. But Mary Todd is done really well, which is good because Mary Todd was not as
because I think the movie focused more on like the vampires and exploding heads and all that stuff, whereas the book was actually like a crafted narrative.
Yeah. Like, it's really interesting at the end and stuff like the ending and stuff like that, too. Like, it's...
Oh, yeah, they don't include the ending in the movie, which is so good.
Yeah, they don't include the original ending. And it's like, that is really stupid. That's, like, one of the best, like, cherry topper things ever of, like, the ending. And it's like, ah. But Mary Todd's role is much smaller than that. It was still small in the film, but it's like Mary Elizabeth Weinstein, like, brings stuff to it. Like, she actually makes it good. And it's like, I feel like this was maybe, like, these scenes, I almost feel like this was more her choice rather than the director or producer or anyone on there. So that could be sand directed.
So kind of going back to what we were doing, I guess. I built my deck. You built your deck.
Yeah.
What is that good for the stream, or what do you want?
Yeah, I was gonna probably just do the build today, and then tomorrow I might do play and stuff like that. Like I might play on Arena. I know they have the Discord thing. I'm worried about like. They said you can stream. I just feel bad if like someone comes in and is like, "Hey, you want to stream?" No, and I was like, "Oh, okay." Well, moving on. Like
Yes.
I don't know how we're gonna approach that. I'll plan it. It's either without arena tomorrow. So
Yeah, I mean, you could.
I could play other people. Like I could play you and a few other people like early tomorrow and stuff as streaming, and then
That way you
like,
have a
some fun.
guaranteed thing at least.
Yeah, I have like a few guaranteed games in person since we built it anyways, and then we could just go ahead and
I need
do
to sleep this
so.
up.
Yeah, so I think we'll stop here. So
Okay.
I don't think I can restore to full screen. So thank you everyone. Always try your best, never have regrets. Tomorrow at your
Whoops. Sorry, I moved your frame.
yeah don't
I won't mess with it. I'm sorry.
yeah don't touch it. Anyways, tomorrow we'll see, or at least I'll see you tomorrow at 10:30. So
And
we'll do arena, and then we might do other games.
And I might be awake.
Yes, probably. I'll probably do it when you're awake, so I might make it like an extra long stream tomorrow. So
You can just wake me up,
that's true too.
or you can try.
So we'll see you later. Thank you for joining us. Bye. Go. So
What? What do I do?
Click the microphone first.
Where's the microphone?
The
Oh, this thing.
the literal.